Hey, Jonathan here at the Colfax High Mill. Today I'm going to compare the Vermeer S450 and the Toro Dingo TX 427. The two mini skid steers in the same price range, same price point. But let me first tell you a little bit about my high school program. So we mill logs out, we collect them. Usually they're on the way to be salvaged. And we just move these logs around right now with a lot of hand tools, mechanical advantages, and a lot of muscle. Seems like a high potential for injury, so that's why I want to get a mini skid steer. All right, so what we do is, once we get our logs loaded in here, we mill them into 4/4 slabs or so, let them dry, plane them out, and we make furniture. From there, we use our CNC equipment and our technology to design legs for the table or any parts we want. So this is designing here, and then we go out in the shop and then we run these parts on the CNC router. So this is cutting the legs out to build this table right here. It's kind of a natural edge river table. Another table we built was a redwood burl. It's kind of a pretty table here. So let's take a look at these skid steers now. So right here is a Toro Dingo. This is the brush rake grapple. This brush rake grapple actually worked a little bit better than the log grapple because it had the weight underneath it. This is the log grapple on it right here. It was able to pick up this lightning strike cedar tree, but it was not able to pick up this cedar right here. It worked pretty well dragging it around, and it can move it, but no matter what we tried, it just couldn't pick up that long log. So, you know, this log grapple on the Dingo here is an aftermarket grapple. I liked it a lot, but it really felt like the weight was way too far out in front of this small machine. I got the feeling that this grapple is actually designed for a much bigger machine. And in general, I kind of got the feeling that this Toro Dingo was more of a landscaper machine than it was a tree service machine. On the back of the Dingo, it had that fold down step. You see Eric standing on it there. It's cool in the fact that it could fold up and you could walk behind it if you needed to, and maybe made a smaller footprint storing it in a trailer. But I didn't actually like the feel of it or the security of it as much as the Vermeer. So with the Vermeer, I felt really enclosed and much safer. I feel like the students would be much safer because of it. And also, I felt the Vermeer was a sturdier machine. It was indeed the same price point. But I like this grapple. I like the grapple on the Vermeer a little bit more. So you can see we're just kind of trying to get that load and closer to the machine to lift it. And we were never able to actually lift that cedar log up. You can see the machine coming back right here. I do see the students kind of stepping off right there and everything go flying. So that is also another one of the problems with all these mini skid steers. It'd be really nice to have a big, safe work zone. I do see training all the students up on learning how to use this hydraulic equipment. I think it's a very transferable skill to whatever jobs they want to do, is working with machineries. So that's the Toro Dingo. First the brush grapple, and then this is a log grapple. They're both about $3,500 attachments, super easy to put on. They are interchangeable on the Vermeer machine. So here's a Vermeer S450 TX. This is a great machine. This is a diesel engine on it, and the one that I would get would actually be the CTX 50 with the 25 horse Kohler gas engine, which I like more because I only want one gas can in the shop. So right here, I'm going to try out, they brought up 3 attachments. The first attachment is this set of forks right here, just to move pallets of wood around. This attachment, I think it's a $1,000 attachment. Here's the back of the Vermeer mini skid steer. That's the clutch mechanism, or that disengages it. It disengages the hydraulics and brakes it, which I really like a lot. You're fully enclosed there. I like the safety of that. You can't back into something and get pinched. And I like the fact that it's disengaged and not operable when you're not standing on that platform. The controls actually seemed a little bit more maneuverable I actually like the Vermeer controls a lot more. As far as putting the attachments on and off, both machines actually had the same attachment points, and I think the accessories are interchangeable between the two. One thing I really did like a lot about this Vermeer is this is not an aftermarket log grapple, but in fact this log grapple is made by Vermeer for these Vermeer machines. And without a doubt, this log grapple was much superior to the other log grapple. I really like this log grapple a lot. I actually had better visibility. The load was kept much closer to the machine than the other grapple, and I was able to pick up that long cedar log with this grapple, whereas on the other one I couldn't. I mean, I don't want to pick it up high, but you know, the mill's only about a foot off the ground, so I only need to get it up enough to load it on the mill. And this idea of actually having the grapple, you know, perpendicular to the mode of travel will allow you to actually grab it and travel through small gates, kind of like the end gate I have the mill behind. So you can see that this is a sales rep right here driving it. He's pretty good on this machine. The controls are actually really nice. This is also a free spin grapple right here. How it works is, well, that's locking in the attachment right there. So as soon as you know you lift it in there, you swing those around, jiggle it a little bit, and locks into place. So right here he's trying to hand spin this grapple, and it's hard because it's not flat, but as he puts it down into a flat plane, you'll see how easy it is to spin this grapple. This grapple actually spinned much better than the other one as well. I really like the way this spun. So then it has all those lock points, so you could have the wood perpendicular or parallel to you. So this is a pretty heavy oak log right here. You could see how well this grapple lifts it up. And I don't know if you could really tell here, but the attachment is actually closer to the machine than the other grapple was. Yeah, I like the way this thing worked. I like the tilt on it. I like the controls on it. I like the platform that you're standing on. And I guess more than anything, I just like the idea that that Vermeer grapple was really kind of built for the machine, and it worked like it was supposed to. I was able to pick up that long cedar log with the Vermeer, but I didn't get it on video, but it lifted it up no problem. I love this machine. This machine actually drove smoother. It seemed like it had actually better lifting capacity, and in fact seemed like it was designed for moving logs around, whereas the other one seemed like the log grapple was a little bit of an afterthought. The Toro Dingo was a beautiful machine, but I just sure like this Vermeer that much more for lift capacity. This log grapple works so great that I actually didn't even really want to try the brush grapple on this machine because this thing worked perfectly. The brush grapple was nice on the Toro Dingo because it couldn't lift these logs up, but this grapple did lift the logs up, and I'd rather go this way. It also allows you to keep your profile narrow so you can get through gates and stuff. I did check out the forks. The forks are really nice. We're going to plan on putting our slabs on 4x4 pallets, and we'll be able to lift them up and move them around. So I did like the forks a lot. So all in all, I'll take the Vermeer. It was beautiful. I placed my order for the CTX 50. Really, for what we're doing, moving logs around, I don't see any comparison. The Vermeer was the way to go. I love this machine. So to sum it all up, I tried out the Toro Dingo. I used the brush grapple first. That is definitely a superior tool for that size machine. The brush grapple works really well on that Toro Dingo. I liked it, but it couldn't actually lift the logs the way I wanted them to be lifted. The log grapple on the Toro Dingo did not work very well. I was a little disappointed with that. It was able to lift some of the logs and drag them, but not actually lift them and move them the way I would like them to. However, on the Vermeer machine, I love that log grapple. It was designed and built for that machine, and the Vermeer in general operated better, moved smoother, I just liked everything about that Vermeer much more. So I love that machine.